Hello everyone. In this session we will be discussing some of the non-flow processes in detail. Right? Let us first revise what does flow process and non-flow process mean. So first of all, flow process is the process in which system is permitting the mass interaction across the system boundary. Right? But non-flow process is the one in which there is no mass interaction across the system boundary during the occurrence of the process. Okay, so there are different types of non-flow processes such as constant volume process, constant pressure process, constant temperature process, adiabatic process, and polytropic process. So out of this non-flow processes, we will be discussing constant volume, constant pressure and constant temperature process in detail, and we will derive different thermodynamical quantities such as internal energy, enthalpy, heat transfer and the relation between pressure, volume and temperature for all these three processes. So first let us start with constant volume process. So as the name suggests, this is a process in which volume remains constant. Okay, volume remains constant. So as you can see in this diagram, it is a PV diagram in which at point 1 and 2, that is initial state and final state, volume remains constant, V1 is equal to V2, but pressure changes. At point 1, that is initial condition, initial pressure is P1 while final pressure is P2, but the volume remains constant. Now this constant volume process is also known as isochoric process. It is also termed as isochoric process. Okay, so for isochoric process, first of all, what will be the work done? So we know that work W is equal to P dV, right, where dV is the change in volume. But here our process is one in which volume remains constant. So change in volume will be 0. And as a result work will be 0, right? Since in this process there is no change in volume, so work will be 0. Now if we talk about change in internal energy, so du, we know that du is equal to mCv T2 minus T1, so it remains as it is. Okay, now next parameter is heat transfer. So heat transfer according to the first law of thermodynamics is heat transfer is the summation of work done and internal energy. Since work done in isochoric process or constant volume process is 0, then heat transfer here will be equal to the change in internal energy only. So delta Q will be simply mCv T2 minus T1. Okay, since work done is 0. Now if we talk about relation between P, V and T. So we know that from combined Gauss law that P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. Since V1 is equal to V2 here, so we will be left with P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. So this is the relation between P, V and T in case of constant volume process. Okay, now if we talk about change in enthalpy, so we know that change in enthalpy is the summation of internal energy plus pressure into volume. So H1 will be U1 plus P1 V1 and H2 will be U2 plus P2 V2. Okay, now if we take the difference between these two enthalpies, right, if we want to find the change in enthalpy, so delta H will be H2 minus H1. So if we substitute the value of H1 and H2, it will be U2 minus U1, P2 V2 minus P1 V1. Okay, now we know that V2 is equal to V1 here. Okay, so substituting the value of that, and we know that PV is equal to MRT, which is a characteristic gas equation. Okay, so substituting this equation will get mCv T2 minus T1, which is nothing but the formula for change in internal energy. And in case of P2 V2, we have substituted MRT2, and instead of P1 V1 we have substituted MRT1. So substituting all this value and rearranging this term will get mCv T2 minus T1 plus mCp minus Cv T2 minus T1. Why? Because the relation between Cp specific heat and characteristic gas constant is that the difference between specific heats, that is at constant pressure and constant volume, Cp minus Cv is equal to R. we are here substituting Cp minus Cv in place of R, and if we rearrange these terms, we'll get mCp T2 minus T1. Right, mCv T2 minus T1 will be cancelled out, and only the term mCp T2 minus T1 is left. Okay, so this is the expression for change in enthalpy in case of constant volume process. Now let us see what happens in constant pressure process. Okay, so again in this process, pressure remains constant. So if the pressure remains constant, the PV diagram will be something like this, right? First and second state, the initial state and final state, pressure remains constant in both the state. P1 is equal to P2. Only the volume changes, right? In this PV diagram, the volume varies, but the pressure remains constant. Now this process is also known as isobaric process. Okay, it is also termed as isobaric process. So if we talk about work done, right? So we know that W is equal to P dV. Okay, if we integrate with respect to V1 to V2, we'll get P V2 minus V1. Okay, so this is the expression for work done. Okay, now if we talk about change in internal energy, so it will be du is equal to mCv T2 minus T1. Okay, now relation between P, V and T. Okay, now we know that from combined gas law equation, P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. Okay, but here in our case, it is a constant pressure process, so pressure remains constant. So if we substitute P1 is equal to P2, we'll get V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So this is the relation between P, V and T in case of constant pressure process. Now if we talk about heat transfer, so we know that according to the first law of thermodynamics, heat is the summation of internal energy and work done. So our internal energy is mCv T2 minus T1 and work done is P V2 minus V1. So substituting the value, we'll get this. Okay, now we know that PV can be written as mRT. So now in the third term, we are substituting mRT2 in place of PV2 and mRT1 in place of PV1. Okay, here as you can see, here in place of PV2 we are substituting mRT2, and in place of PV1 we are substituting mRT1, and this remains as it is. Now we know that this R can be written as Cp minus Cv. So if we substitute here Cp minus Cv, so the Cv term cancelled out, mCv T2 minus T1 will be cancelled out, and only mCp T2 minus T1 will be there. So change in heat transfer will be mCp T2 minus T1 in case of constant pressure process. Okay, now change in enthalpy. So again dH will be mCp T2 minus T1. Okay, now if we talk about constant temperature process, okay, so in this process temperature remains constant, so the PV diagram will be one as you see in this diagram, right? So as you can see in this diagram, right, if we talk about compression or expansion, the PV diagram for constant temperature process will be hyperbolic, and this is the reason that it is also known as hyperbolic process, right? Since temperature is constant, it is also known as isothermal process, right? So it can be termed as isothermal process, it can be known by hyperbolic process, right? Also this process follows a Boyle's law, right? That is, pressure is inversely proportional to the volume. Okay, so let us start with the work done, right? As you can see in this diagram, at point 1 and point 2, right? Point 1 will be the value of initial condition P1 V1, and at point 2 there will be the final condition P2 V2. Okay, so as we can start with the work done, right? W is equal to P dV. Okay, again if we integrate it with respect to volume V1 V2, right, we'll get V1 V2 P dV. Okay, now we know that according to the Boyle's law, PV is equal to constant. Okay, PV is equal to C. So P will be C by V. So substituting this C by V in place of P from the Boyle's law, we'll get C log V2 by V1. How? We know that integration of 1 by V is equal to log V, and substituting the value of limits will get C log V2 by V1. Okay, so again we know that PV is equal to C. So in terms of C, we can write P1 V1 or PV log E V2 by V1. So this is the relation of work done. Now from characteristic gas equation, PV can be written as MRT. Also this V2 by V1 is nothing but the compression ratio. So R is the compression ratio. So MRT1 log R will be the expression for work done in case of constant temperature process. Okay, now let us talk about internal energy. So we know that internal energy is mCV T2 minus T1. Since it's a constant temperature process, temperature remains constant, so T2 minus T1 will be 0. That is why change in internal energy will be 0. Okay. So if we talk about heat transfer, according to the first law of thermodynamics, heat transfer is the summation of work done and internal energy. Since internal energy is 0 here, heat transfer will be equal to the work done, which is MRT1 log R. Okay. So here the heat transfer and the work done, the expression for heat transfer and the work done remains same, and internal energy will change in internal energy will be 0. This is the reason that this process is also known as sometimes constant internal energy process, right? It is sometimes also termed as constant internal energy process. Okay, now let us talk about the change in enthalpy. So change in enthalpy will be again mCp T2 minus T1. So again T2 minus T1 will be 0, so it will also be 0. Now we talk about relation between P, V and T. So here in our case T1 is equal to T2. So it will be simply P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, which is the relation. This expression represents Boyle's law. Okay, so P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Okay, so this is it for the constant temperature process. Now let us derive the relation between Cp and Cv. Right, Cp is the specific heat at constant pressure and Cv is the specific heat at constant volume. Okay, so if we consider mkg of mass that is heated at constant volume from temperature T1 to T2. Okay, let us say we are having a mass of mkg, right, whose temperature is T1, and we are heating it at constant volume since it reaches its temperature T2. Okay, so Q is equal to mCv T2 minus T1, right? So when heat is supplied at constant volume, no external work is done. All the heat energy is utilized for change in internal energy. Okay, so du will be simply equal to Q. Right, we know that change in internal energy, right? Heat transfer is the summation of work done and internal energy, but the work done will be 0, so du will be equal to Q, which is equal to mCv T2 minus T1. Okay, now if we consider same gas of mass mkg, right, at temperature T1, and if we heat at constant pressure, right, from T1 to T2, then Qp will be mCp. Here mCp will be there, T2 minus T1. Okay, now when gas is heated at constant pressure, heat is supplied for increasing the internal energy and work done. Okay, so we know that internal energy is given by mCv T2 minus T1 and work done is PdV or PV2 minus V1. Okay, so in that case Qp is equal to delta W plus du, which will be equal to mCp T2 minus T1 is equal to PV2 minus V1 plus mCv T2 minus T1. Okay, now look at this equation carefully. Here in place of PV we can write MRT, right, which is a characteristic gas equation. In place of PV2 we can write MRT2, and in place of PV1 we can write MRT1. Okay, so substituting the value of PV, right, we get MRT. Right, if we rearrange this term, okay, we'll get Cp is equal to R plus Cv. M cancels out, T2 minus T1 cancels out, so we'll get Cp is equal to R plus Cv. This will give us Cp minus Cv is equal to R. So this is the relation between specific heat and characteristic gas constant. So this is all about this session. Thank you.